Hello, this is a reading for Libra. We're doing some zodiac updates and live streaming it, so if you're seeing this on the YouTube, come check out the stream on Twitch if you'd like. Ooh, Empress. Straight away, Empress for Libra. And, oh, the Justice card. So this came up for Gemini as well. Kind of a breaking free from just growing out of an environment, growing out of something. Is there an environment that is big enough for you, Libra? Is there an environment that can accommodate all of who you are, that can house you? That's a good question. And if there is, how many environments have you had to break through? Have you had to grow out of to get to where you are now? Maybe just a bit of a recognition. If you're recognizing yourself, it's like, oh no, there's no environment that's too small for me. I am the environment. You are the environment. That's like the next level of things. 10 of emotions. Ooh, there are people who are really inspired to break out of their environment by you just being who you are. So that's maybe even the next level of things. I'm just seeing this pattern again. This pattern is looking a lot like the pattern that's showing through on the cloth here. People in your immediate environment are very inspired by you. Libra, 3 of emotions. It's like you're accessible. If you feel real, there's something about you that feels like you're tangible, you're achievable. Like people who would admire you, people who would be inspired to grow out of these like kind of restricting environments are. You make it seem so plausible. You're just like everybody else. You're down to earth. The Hermit, the earth. Speaking of the earth and Virgo, we're doing these readings in response to a moon that just entered into Virgo, so I wonder what's going on there. Oh, I got this sense of just taking care of yourself. Like, in a time like now, just all it takes is for you to take care of yourself. And people will follow. You maybe have a following. You're maybe some kind of a personality that people follow. Don't let that stop you. Let them meet you where you're going. If you have followers and you have a presence, and your presence is relatable because you're so down to earth, you might have this impression that you don't want to stray too far from your audience. And the cards are saying that couldn't be further from the truth. You're down to earth and accessible because of who you are. And they will follow. If you have some kind of different direction, if you're feeling guided to do something different, they'll follow you. There was something in Gemini that looked a little bit like peer pressure, and I just feel like there's just too much of you you are the environment, you are the peer and the pressure. You've got enough pressure on yourself these days to succumb to peer pressure. Might be a bit isolating in this environment, is the hermit is kind of saying. So where to then? Eight of materials. The stage of things where it would take some work for someone to meet you. It would take some work. It would take for them to do the work. Oh, there's such a great song that we're probably going to listen to on the next break. Charlotte Day Wilson. It's gonna take work. Lovers. Because you made the choice. Again, we keep coming up with this choice. Wow. The work isn't in the choice. You've kind of proven that. You've proven that anybody can make the choice. I don't know if this is going to ring true for somebody. It's kind of general and cryptic, but the hard part is the work to break free from the places that hold you back. The hard part is the work to not take your isolation or your feeling isolated in a certain environment as a sign that you should probably dim it down a little bit so that you're not alienating yourself from others. It's the work of expecting more from yourself. The Hermit card comes up. Didn't you say that in your stream? I'm sorry. There's somebody else, there's another streamer. See, this is why you got to come to Twitch to watch tarot, because there's so many great streamers. And one just showed up, and I think I heard them make a joke about the fact that they show up places and the Hermit card comes up. After all, this is a reading for Libra. It's strange to see a Libra or Libra energy in kind of such a self-consciousness. But we all have those kind of feelings. I just see like the Chariot. A new thing. You might be feeling a bit kind of like, so the Hermit's there. It's like, it's Virgo energy, but more specifically like going into yourself, finding the light inside of you kind of thing. A lot like the Empress, emerging from restrictive environments, like very similar. It's one and the same, really. You would have to go through something that looks like a hermit to kind of emerge. And maybe what you're doing is you're emerging from such an environment where you might have like a lot of followers. You might have like a lot of people who really like what you're doing. And yet you're getting the call to go inside and grow some more. And it's like, oh, but it takes so much work. And I just went through a big period of growth. And I'm finally starting to get a hang of this thing of being somebody that people follow. I don't know. I just kind of get, you have like a following, it looks like an online thing or something. And really it's simple, it's just a matter of making the choice every day, choose love. And what naturally follows from that are these natural calls to, and in this one I'm seeing that you have a following, but maybe not everybody is willing to do the work to meet you where you are at. And there's maybe a fear that you might lose some of your followers if you change things too fast. I don't know what else to say other than a calling is a calling. A calling is a calling, and a choice is a choice, and these are two simple things. You get a very, choosing love is actually like a simple event. It's just, I choose love. I choose that every time it's going to win. Love is going to win every time. That's what I choose. Done. Solid. And it's actually in an earlier reading, was it when our first reading for Virgo, maybe even, the choice is simple. And it's almost too simple. And because it's so significant, we want it to be more work than it is. And the work isn't in the choice, though. There is work. Don't forget about what's at stake if you don't listen to the calling. If you're being called to if you're starting to get annoyed by something in your followers, you're following, maybe you're starting to see people who are I don't know, there's this work ethic here. And it looks to me like if you're starting to see a certain level of laziness, or, you're starting to have these kind of ill feelings toward things. And so it's obviously a call to look inside yourself. There's something going on here that I've got to look into. What does it mean? But there's a reluctance almost I'm seeing, just in the nature of how this would play out, that there's a choice to love, and then there's a call to isolate. And you've been through this cycle so many times now that you know what this means. You know this means that you're going to break free from an environment that's starting to become restrictive. It's just I can sense a little bit of this, but everything is so perfect here. Maybe for the first time you're recognizing that pressure creeping back in again. It's strong. It could be the pressure to stick by your following, since your following is so good at sticking by you. Oh, we might have a visitor. Oh, the look, the Hierophant. Look at these big cards for Libra, like just big, big, big cards. Those who are here for the right reasons, Libra, are going to follow you anywhere. This is important. The power of these kind of transformations, and maybe you're somebody even who's helping people go through these types of transformations, or basically inspiring people because you're down to earth and you're committed to growing yourself, and that kind of thing. You're through the choice, the simple choice to just continue to choose what calls you. What you're called to do in the name of love, kind of thing. Don't forget about the power. That's what's gotten you to the place where you are now, and that's what will continue to take you to the places where you're going. And it's almost like I don't have to tell you this, but there's maybe I'm to acknowledge the little bit of, you can kind of feel like you broke free from peer pressure a long, long time ago when you decided to be yourself, when you decided to be the environment rather than be in an environment. And it's funny how it can come creeping back in afterward, in terms of you don't want to abandon your following. Make no never mind. Remind yourself of the reason why you started all this stuff in the first place. Get grounded. Libra can float away in ideas, in ideals. Not a lot of air energy in here, to be honest. Other than the Justice card, which is like super Libra. It's what you're built for. Don't forget about the power of this type of transformation or this type of growth that you're capable of not only performing in yourself, not only initiating in yourself, but also, and performing live even maybe, but also in the way you can inspire others to follow you to do the same. Don't forget about that. That's about it. Thanks for listening, Libra. Thanks for watching. And come see us on Twitch, okay? Take care. Bye.